All right, welcome to our 2025 cider making video. This is my friend Glenn.
Hello everybody. I will give you a walkthrough of what we're up to here.
Okay, all right, Glenn, you take it away.
Very good. It all starts with the humble apple. So we go to all our friends and neighbours and we get apples off the trees at this time of year. And then we need to make a mush out of those apples that we can press. So we have this press, here, this scratter here, which can turn a whole apple into porridge in seconds. We can just pile them in here and you end up with a great big porridge of apples in here.
And tell us about the different kind of apples there.
Oh yes, so to make good cider you should have 70% cooking apples, 30% eating apples, and that's what we always try and go for. But you can, it's just, that's what it's recommended, but you can make a cider out of anything. But that's normally what we were able to achieve with the number of cooking apples around here.
So the apples go in the scratter, and that gives you the kind of mush that's in there.
Indeed.
Does that have a name?
Scrat, I believe.
Scrat, all right.
So you take your scrat and you take it in here, and this is a hydraulic press. You put this bag, which has just been sterilised, in here, and you fill it with apple mush.
Scrat.
With scrat, and then you put this plate on top of your scrat, and it would sit there.
On top of the scrat.
On top of the scrat.
And then a very technical
and then you put
tool
this
called a car jack.
You put this car jack on top and you pump it, and that exerts 5 tons of pressure, and juice pours out of this little hole here into our collection buckets.
And it ends up in these boys.
And so these are 120 litre vats. We can fill one of these in 2 hours using all this equipment. This is fermenting now to 6%. That'll be 5.5%, and I think that one was also 5.5%.
And we know what percent it'll be because of this funky thing over here.
So we do an alcohol by volume calculator using this hygrometer to get the initial sugars, and then we do a final gravity reading which tells us how much the yeast has eaten, and that gives you alcohol by volume. And yeast doesn't like anything metal, so we use plastic spoons.
Lovely.
And that's the process.
How long? Oh, and how long are we leaving those things for?
3 months is usual, and that allows it to clear. You can see all the sediment is falling to the bottom. The fermentation process will be done in about 2 weeks, and then we just let it clear and settle for another 3 months before we move on to the bottling process.
And that's the first stage fermentation.
That is first stage fermentation.
And then what do we do?
And then we do second stage fermentation, which is done in the bottle. So all of our cider is bottled into one of these. So this is a glass swing top bottle. But before we do that, we mix it up with some fresh apple juice. And that is to put some sugar onto because it's very dry after first fermentation. Nobody would like it. So we put a little bit of apple juice back in, and that gives you sugar, but the yeast is still alive. So the yeast wakes up in the bottle and you start to get carbonation. And if you were to leave it and not control that process, you might get a bottle bomb and your bottles would blow up. So we have to control that carbonation. So we bottle a plastic bottle at the same time that we bottle all these, and then every day for a week we squeeze our plastic bottle. And it's a very exciting time because what you're looking for is maximum firmness in your squeeze, and we all enjoy that.
Because we have 3 of us, each with a bottle. My bottle was definitely harder than yours.
And when your plastic bottle is hard, you know that it's time to pasteurize these bottles, and that stops them from fermenting any further, and it controls the amount of gas that you have in there. And we do that with this incredible contraption here.
Okay.
This is an industrial pasteurizer that Rob had constructed by a very talented man. Oh, and I've just knocked that bit off, but we'll pick that up later. But this is very warm.
It's at 41 already. Yeah,
lovely.
It's got a timer. So the bottles will go in here at 65 degrees for 20 minutes, and that kills the yeast and any bacteria that are remaining.
Yeah.
And my friend Albert, who made the machine, says that they'll put an 18-month stamp on it once it's pasteurized.
Excellent.
And if it had a preservative in it, it doesn't last as long because the preservative oxidizes.
There we go.
Yeah. And then we drink it or give it away.
Then we drink it.
Okay. And this is the glorious little cider house where all the magic happens. So now we will cut in a few little videos of all the work along the way.
Right, lads, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cases. Some of them are quite small, which some of our apples seem to be. I've probably got another 4 or 5 cases on the trees, I think. There's quite a lot. There's a whole section of tree that I haven't even touched yet because they are too small. So yeah, should be fun.
Right, Simon.
I'd like to present to you the virgin press that has never been used. So now we are going to flick the switch.
Oh, it's very quiet.
Very quiet. Shall we just drop an apple in and see how she goes?
I think so. Much easier than a scratter.
Made.
It really does. Look how fine that mush is. That is some fine mush. It's like apple porridge. Wow.
Looks like you need to put a few in to get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it a
I think if it's changed colour from brown to white, I wouldn't put it in. That's the rule.
Right.
But look at the mush.
That's really good. There's a man having so much fun. It goes through a case in no time at all. Look at that. Beautiful. So, no pressure at all. It's full. What's that, 50 litres in there?
50 litres of apple.
And it's flowing through.
We don't need the bottle, actually.
Yeah. Look at that.
Blend pressure.
Haven't even put any pressure on it yet. Is that going to be alright? You're too tall. Put them up by the fence then, but I also don't want to get loads of rats for them if that's the...
Just a quick video. Hello Rob, similar to last year, one of these fucking things leaked. So we lost a little bit. We probably lost 2 pints. So we're just transferring it into this big one without a lower tap. And we can go in, once it's fermented, we can go in through the top if we need anything. I think it must just be a gasket thing. Isla's having a great time. And look at Simon and the Sun just flying around here, pumpy, with it 20 litres already, and it's hardly gone breakfast time.
20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes with a litre a minute. That's pretty good. Cheerio. Hello Rob, since you're not here, the initial gravity reading, and we're looking for something quite high. Oh, it's pretty similar to what it was last year, 1.040. Start beer. It's leaning to one side, but yeah, 1.040. Very good. Sprinkling on the yeast. It's one of these sachets for 20 litres, so there's a lot of packets going in the big one, 3 packets going in this one. Oh, no finger. Look, Rob, it's an outside tap up at your cider shed. That's a very exciting update. What did we get? 6 cases here, and that's from Vini, I forget the bloody name now. I'm just going to go in and check fermentation. I can keep this running. Show you all the exciting fermentation that's happening here. Oh yeah, it smells good. It smells like fermentation. You can see it's already changed colour. It's pinked. It's frothy. Oh yeah, condensation all along the top. Foamy residue all along the top. Glorious smell of fermentation. Yeah, no leaking. Yeah, smells really good, and that's aggressive fermentation. So it's vibrant orange already, and that means full of sugar, really active. Smells so good in here. So there's a 120 already. Very good. It's very exciting. There's a 120 and a 60. So I'm getting a lot more apples tomorrow, and then we'll play a game of pressing apples. Good night, chaps. So my goal tonight is to fill the 120 that's already here with the taps on it. I shall keep you posted. Here we go. It's a fine sight, isn't it? And this is us in the final basket now. We've got 80 in there, nearly 20 there, and then we'll get another 20 out of this last. There's already one thing of mulch in there. So that'll be 120 in there, which is what we're here to do. I ordered yeast to arrive tomorrow, so I'll just seal it tonight and then come back tomorrow and put yeast in it. Interestingly, this I tried a bit has continued to ferment in here in the temperature, and it's now really dry. It was sweet before. It's not very nice now. So this may be a fail. But never mind, we just do cider. It's considerably less fat than champagne. That's it, lads. We're on the final dribbles. There's 100 in there, and that's 115, 16, 17, 118. We're hoping to get to 120 as we clean up by keeping adding gentle pressure. So that's how long it's taken. We'll check the timestamps on this. And then I'll take a gravity reading. Oh, I suppose I don't need to do it tonight. I can do it when I get the yeast, which should be arriving tomorrow. Exciting. It was nice to have help, actually. He's a way to get us another beer. Lovely fellow. Hello, chaps. That's it. 120 litres at 1.046. It's going to give us 6% cider. Thanks to Corbin for his help. Amazing. Just have that to clean. There's an extra 4 litres left over, which we will divide into glass bottles and give to the friendly neighbours. So I just pushed this fucker here, ready to get to work. Hopefully it's all about to get much better. Have I just pulled this out? I think it's all gone horribly wrong anyway. Let's do some apples. Hello men, you're all asleep, but that's another 120 litres filled by me and Corbin. Woohoo! We're now cleaning. That is 1.040, so it's going to be 5.25%. That is higher, it's going to be 6%. And I think that's going to be 5.5, so that's the high bat. But that is all of Heather. I've forgotten her name, that's terrible. No, Laura. It's all of Lindsay. Third time's a charm. It's all of Lindsay's apples and 10 litres and a case left over. So it's actually 13 cases makes 120 litres. Yeah. Cheerio. And here is the full team assembled with bottle washers, director and apple crushers. I'm now the videographer.
You may think this is an easy unskilled labour job, but actually it takes quite a lot of skill.
And here's the scratch.
And does that do one?
That'll do that.
Two of these in each one. Two.
Yeah. Look at the forearm strength required. This is immortalised forever, Simon. Don't mess it up. And the scrat goes in. Doop, 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 doop. And you can see the juice already wishes to come out. And we have a bucket set up underneath. Okay, juice. That is so cool. Right, next one.